Hoy, everyone, and welcome to a special presentation of Disney Parks and Review Extra,
Extra.
where Chip and myself this week are going to talk all things Magicband Plus. So get ready to get your plus on here at the parks at Walt Disney World. As always, I am joined by the owner of Chip and Company, Mr. Chip Confer himself. Chip, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. Are you Magicband out yet?
I am officially Magicband out. Actually, I have two more things to do. But I this thing on my wrist. Let me tell you, my wrist is a little vibraty because it doesn't stop sometimes. Overall, we're having a great experience. He puts out stuff that is.
You're breaking up on me.
I'm breaking up for you. Yeah, it's that song. That's weird.
You sound fine now. Go ahead.
It's always when we start the music on these shows, isn't it, Chip?
No, I think you just move your mouth away from the mic.
You know, that could actually be true. I will take the responsibility on that one, everybody. All right, so Magicband Plus, Chip, where do we want to start? Because I know you have some questions that you want to ask, but beforehand, I want to kind of give a brief explanation of what this is, if it's worth it, why you want to buy one or why you don't want to buy one, the difference between this and the older Magic Bands, whether Disney is just trying to fleece you out of money just to get you adapt. So that's why they're not selling old Magic Bands, which I'm kidding. They still sell old Magic Bands. Prices we're going to go through, how to connect them to your phone, basically a full-on Magic Band Plus discussion today.
Sounds good.
Are you excited?
I am. I can't wait to use mine.
I can hear it in your voice. You sound so excited. Dude, you've been around for so long and seen so many things change. You're like, yeah, I wore the ears when they did the firework thing. I'm good. Yeah, I had the wand. Yeah, I had the My Mickey. Like, you've been through this before.
Well, for me, the problem's going to be is if it works. Because majority of the time, I can never get my Magic Band to work.
Right.
I have to use the app.
I think the new way of doing this may attach your Magic Band to your account a little easier and a little bit better, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So today is July. By the time you're listening to it, it is July 29th. Magic Bands were released on July 27th here at Walt Disney World Resorts. If you are a Disneyland fan, if you're listening from the West Coast, it has been promised by Disney themselves that you will have Magic Band Plus in Disneyland by the end of 2022. So let's get that out of the way. Magic Bands here at Walt Disney World. So they do everything. I'm going to read you a few quotes from Disney. At Walt Disney World, Magic Band Plus can do everything a Magic Band can do and more, from entering the theme parks with a tap and connecting your Disney PhotoPass memories to unlocking your Disney Resort hotel and more. The newest wearable is also great, has great new features, including color-changing lights, haptic vibration, gesture recognition, plus it pairs with your smartphone using the My Disney Experience app. Once you get your hands on one, you'll want to do it all. And here's a lot of what you can do. So real quick, Chip, let's go through what you can do with the Magic Band, and then we'll talk questions. One of the best things that they actually have out there is the brand new Disney Fab 50 Quest. When the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary was first announced, they announced that they would have gold interactive statues. Now, at the time, we did not know what that meant. We just were like, hey, there's gold statues and they're going to be interactive. When they released them and put them in the parks, they were just gold statues that were not interactive. Now, they are exactly as Disney promised 2-3 years ago. They are gold statues that are interactive. And now they have the Disney Fab 50 Quest. With power of the Magic Band Plus, the Disney Fab 50 Quest allows you to help Tinkerbell spread pixie dust across all 4 parks with the Disney Play app. Using your Magic Band Plus, locate all 36 golden statues, featuring 1 or 2 of your favorite Disney characters across Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney Hollywood Studios, and Disney Animal Kingdom. Here's the basics of it, Chip, without having to read anything. You, with your Magic Band and the Disney Play app that has been updated, You go to the park, you find the statue, you wave at the statue, and it connects Bluetooth, and then it sends the information back to your phone. But while it's sending the information back to your phone, the gold statue will either play music, it'll talk to you, or it'll talk to the other character that is on the podium with them. We know where all these statues are, Chip. We've been playing with them for months and have been enjoying hearing them talk.
I have my hand raised right now.
Yes, sir. Please. Yes, you in the back.
What was your favorite statue so far?
Goofy.
Goofy, really?
Goofy. Chip, this is a hot take. I think Goofy throws shade at Universal and Harry Potter.
What does he do?
He literally says, wait, we have a podcast. Hold on. I have a video of it. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Just give me 2 seconds here. I'm going to pull this up. I just have to go back down a little bit. You have to hear Goofy throw shade at Universal and Harry. I could be just making a joke out of this, but I think it's true. So hold on. It's loading. Here it is. I put it up on our Facebook. So if you guys want to, go to the Chip and Company Facebook page and you can hear him say, okay, here we go. Can you hear this?
I thought only a wizard could do stuff like that. I thought only a wizard could do stuff like that.
So what he said,
only a wizard could do stuff like that?
Yes. He literally says, Garsh, I thought only a wizard could do stuff like that.
Oh, that's funny.
If that's not throwing shade at Universal and Harry Potter, I don't know what is, Chip.
Oh, that totally is.
So I respect Disney and the Imagineers who threw that into the Goofy statue, which made Goofy my favorite statue now.
Very nice.
Before that, Chip and Dale were my favorite because hearing those two banter in the hub is spectacular. When you get into the parks and you open up the app, you can find the statues all around. Obviously, the best ones, I think, are the last ones that they took to turn on were the main Fab Six that were in the hub. So you find Mickey and Minnie together, Goofy and Pluto are together, Donald and Daisy are together, and then to add Chip and Dale into the center hub finishes off the 8 that are in there. And all 8 of them interact with each other. They interact with you. They are awesome and magical. Once you get the Fab 50 statue Bluetooth to your phone and you're using the Play app, it checks off what you've got. So it kind of keeps track of all the statues you've seen. So it kind of makes this, you want to try and get all 36 statues from across all of Walt Disney World resorts. One of the nice things is it has an AR feature. Once you get the character, you can then download the character and find a flat wall and hit play, and it'll come to life on that wall and play around with whatever's around. Really interesting. That makes it fun for the kids to play with. One of the other major things they've released with this is called the Star Wars Batuu Bounty Hunters Guild. Okay. On Batuu, the bounty hunting business is booming. That's too many B's to say in one sentence, Chip. Magicband Plus is your guide to seeking numerous virtual bounties. And make sure you understand that virtual bounties hidden across Black Rock Spire. With Star Wars, Batuu Bounty Hunters experience. Vibrations and lights on the Magicband guide you down the right path. Basically, Chip, you go up to this one terminal, you touch your Magicband to it, and you have the Play app open. Your Magicband then gets a quest to go off and hunt a bounty. The Magicband plays the game hot or cold with you. When you're hot, obviously, it turns green and starts vibrating. The closer you get to the target, it vibrates more. The further away you get, the red starts coming on and it starts vibrating. And then vibrates even more when you are in the worst area ever. But when you are successful and you have followed the path of you're supposed to go to a door, and it's very important you understand that it's in a doorway. Every doorway you see has a little mark on it, so you'll know if you're in the right spot or not. So it's once you've figured out how this is done, it's a fun game to play.
So
You
it's not going to be on the bathrooms or anything, is what?
No. Like that's what I was like. If they're going to be one in the bathroom stall, like where am I going to be walking in here? Like, it's very, very weird. Once you collect your bounty, you interact with the wall, you scan them, you go back to the Bounty Hunter Guild person, and you scan your band back in. It scans you. He talks to you for a few minutes, tells you what you've done if you've collected, and then gives you your credits. So you just keep collecting credits. You do it enough times, you can join the Batu Bounty Hunters Guild over at Black Rock Spire. Chip, you and I have played MMOs before.
Yeah, I was about to say this.
You and I have played World of Warcraft. You've played EverQuest. I'm sure you've played Star Wars Galaxies. Like I spent many years playing those games and building up my character and doing all the major raids. I swear, Chip, I was playing that game in real life yesterday.
You were grinding for XP as well.
I was grinding. I was like, okay, I need to level up. What do I do? Well, I'm just going to take this quest. Okay, go collect 20 shells. Great. Here's the 20 shells. Go back. Oh, I got 750 XP. I only have to do that another 175,000 times. That's how I leveled up my Jedi in Star Wars Galaxies on Dantooine.
Go out killing bats.
Just go out killing bats. I have to kill 30 Keybolts. That's what it is, man. It's that in real life. So if you have played video games, if you've ever experienced MMOs or that you have to grind for levels, that's all this is. But it's done in real life, which makes it a lot of fun. I had a blast doing it. I also was the first person in line and had everything working properly. So this game was spectacular to me. And then about an hour into it, I was like, this is a damn grind. Like, I'm working here. This is great. Like, I feel like I'm seeing the whole Black Rock Spire. I'm walking by the Millennium Falcon a bunch of times. I'm exploring the whole land, and just I had a smile on my face the whole time.
Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament.
That's exact. Look, kids, Falcon, Black Rock Spire. Look, kids, Rise of the Resistance, Black Rock Spire. So that's another thing that it has. Now let's go over to the other things that it has. It works with nighttime spectaculars.
Wait, you're jumping the gun.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Before we do that, Chip, I do believe we need to hear from Mark.
Yeah.
Do you love Chip and Company podcast? Be sure to head over to chipandco.com for even more Disney Parks news, entertainment, and review podcasts. Chip and Company has been delivering the best in Disney news, planning tips, and more since 2009. And now you can get that news in an audio-only format 3 days a week with Disney News and Review, Parks and Review, and our weekly news wrap-up podcast, And Company. Get that extra dose of Disney in your weekly commute, your time on the treadmill, or even just relaxing around the house. So what are you waiting for? Head over to chipandco.com today and become part of the fastest-growing podcast network in the Disney community. We hope that you enjoyed today's podcast, and thank you for being a part of our podcast family.
Yes, thank you so much for being part of our podcast family. We actually truly appreciate it. Or we wouldn't be doing an extra show.
That's a nice commercial.
It's perfect, man.
Yep.
We're stepping up in this world, man.
Fancy.
We fancy, Chip. We fancy. Yeah, let's go over to nighttime spectaculars. It does work with the fireworks shows. It works with enchantment. It works with harmonious. Those harmonious looks better than enchantment, but it just took a few minutes to understand how enchantment works. People thought that it was supposed to change colors with the fireworks. It doesn't do that. What it does is it changes colors with the castle. So people are like, oh, this sucks. Yeah, it sucks because you were one person doing it and you didn't have like 20,000 other people doing it with you. So if you watch it, it goes off the colors of whatever the Cinderella Castle is doing. Or in Harmonious, it does it with the fireworks. That one works really well. Excuse me. It works really, really great with the Beacons of Magic. So The one I'm going to point out, Chip, I know it does work with Hollywood Studios at the Tower of Terror. Obviously, it works with Cinderella Castle. I have not been over to Animal Kingdom to test it out over on the Tree of Life yet, but I will get over there.
Yeah, you still have to do the statues over there too.
Yes, that is going to be probably tomorrow night. No, I'm busy tomorrow night doing Harry Potter. It'll happen this week, Chip. There's a lot going on, man. We are so busy, and it's great busy, but it's busy. Spaceship Earth, the icon and beacon of magic, and Magicband Plus could be worth the extra $5 to buy the Magicband Plus over the Magicband. It works so well. The timing is perfect when the Spaceship Earth, when the LED lights come on and it does the beacons of magic. The Magicband, if you're connected, works perfectly and is perfectly in sync with the color changing of the ball. So,
I'm wondering how they do that, because I know Bluetooth range is not that far. So they've got to have some kind of transmitters out there in the crowd.
Right. Well, they also are Disney, and they have a dome over the whole Walt Disney World Resort.
I forgot
so
about that.
their Imagineering is they're like DARPA. The government, they just have things, Chip. Yeah, look, I wonder that too. When you do Bluetooth for the statues and stuff, I know you have to be within 15 to 20 feet on some of them. Some of them have a longer range, and I think it's just how it works, but most of them it's 15, 20 feet, or you have to be up close to them. It doesn't work from really far away. So I'm wondering how they must have Bluetooth transmitters all throughout that area. I mean, they're spying on you anyway.
Yeah, I have a story. I can't remember the name of the show, but it was out in California. Do you remember, was it Paint the Night, where you had like a little paintbrush? Do you remember
Paint
seeing
the Night?
that?
Yep, I do. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I had one of those little paintbrushes. I remember when it was going on, like waving my little paintbrush at people and changing the color of their stuff. And they were like, what the heck's going on with this thing?
Right. Some people buy into it and do it once, and it's like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. You do it again, and you're like, I'm not waving. Like, I just don't care. I'm good. Like, you wave. This one's going to be awesome to watch the first time you do it, and you'll be excited about it. But it's just a cool. What'll be cool is stepping back and being in the back area and watching everybody's wrist light up that color from behind. I think it'll look cool, or unless you're in front and stuff, it looks cool. So yeah, it works with the fireworks. It works with the beacons of magic. It works at Enchantment and Harmonious. So those are all working. One last thing I really want to point out that I think is going to be the future of this chip. Apparently it's supposed to work with rides. I don't know how and what it's doing on the rides yet, but it does. So when you are on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind over at World Discovery in Epcot, that's a long title. It's a way too long of a title, man. So when you ride yeah, right. Words, Chip, they help. When you ride Guardians of the Galaxy and you are done, at the exit, it lights up and tells you that you did the ride. I don't know what it does, but once it was all connected to my account, all of a sudden, all my pictures started showing up. So I'm wondering if it's just a way for Disney to know that it's you and send those pictures to you.
Well,
but it does light up.
Didn't something happen to you on the exit of Guardians during the media event, or was that after the media event?
That was after the media event, because I think we got the Magicband the next 3 days later.
Okay. What happened?
So I literally was oh, that's a great story. So we ride Guardians, and I have the Magicband on because I wanted to see if the statues were working, and we just bought it. So I'm coming off the ride, and it lights up. And there was 2 attendants, one for the left side, one for the right side, for people to exit. And it lit up, and I was like, oh my gosh. And the lady's like, that's not happening. We don't know anything about that.
You shouldn't have that.
Yeah. She was very about, you shouldn't own that. You shouldn't have that right now. That's not for sale. I was like, listen, they sold. Would you like to see the receipt? I was there when they went on sale for the hour, and I got one. And Disney offered to either buy it back or I could keep it. I kept it. And she was like, no, you shouldn't have that. She was very adamant about it. I was like,
Did she put her hands together?
No, she didn't put her hands together and lean in like you got, but she definitely was not happy. And look, I understand the cast members were promised to get one first. And I do believe a lot of cast members were given one for free and were not allowed to talk about it. So good for them for not talking about it. Thank you for letting me have 3 months of doing this on my own and messing with it. I know quite a lot about these. I'm quite happy with them. So Disney is supposed to be adapting them for the rides. Other things, it does open up your room. It works as a room key. It works to link your account. You can make purchases, all that other stuff. The only thing, Chip, it doesn't have, and this is, I think, where they messed up just a little bit, it doesn't have a clock. It should have a clock on it.
Yeah, that's what I think they're missing the most on. It should be a watch as well.
Yep. It doesn't need to be a smartwatch. I don't need touch screen, but I do need time. So, yeah. So that's what you're getting for buying Magicband Plus. Yeah, I think it's fabulous. So let's hear from Mark one more time, Chip, before we get into the questions.
Okay.
Do you often find yourself whistling while you work? Do you dream of going to infinity and beyond? Is one of your core memories riding Pirates of the Caribbean with your family? If you answered yes to one or all of these questions, then we have the podcast for you. Join Mark and Greg on Dislife Podcast, where we are discussing Disney parks, intellectual property, Disney news, and more. Come and live your best Disney life with us in this weekly podcast filled with faith, trust, and pixie dust. Check out all of our episodes at DisLifePodcast.com, and we'll see you real soon.
Thank you, Mark. We will see you very soon. Yeah, Chip, that's the basics of it. I know you have some questions.
I have a lot of questions.
Let's see if we can answer some of these questions. And I'm glad you're asking them because you have not been here to experience this yet, but you know Disney, so you should know the right questions.
Okay, so can you use the Magicband Plus to enter the park?
Yes.
Okay, so it works.
Okay, let me explain.
Okay.
Let me just explain one thing. I think this is one of the cool things about the Magicband. When you enter the park, you scan yourself in. Obviously, like other Magicbands, the color of the touch point changes. It also, your Magicband matches whatever color change that happens. So if you've had a problem and your reservation isn't right, the Magicband and the touch point will turn blue and it'll vibrate on your wrist to let you know.
Okay.
If you can walk into the park, it goes green and then goes to the like annual pass hold color is purple and then green. It does the purple and then green.
I wonder if my DVC Welcome Home will still fire off like it normally does.
I would almost guarantee it would.
Okay.
Now, we don't own one of the special ones, the more expensive ones yet. So I don't know if they're going to be like, I know if you got Star Wars ones, you could hear like a Star Wars sound playing and it would go like red or a color like that. I don't know if that happens yet. We are still going to test that and find out. I do believe it will happen exactly like that.
I had one of those special. I had like a Kylo Ren lightsaber one.
Yeah, from the opening of Batu. Is that one? Yeah.
So whenever I walked into Hollywood Studios, I got the lightsaber battle.
That is awesome. I do believe they're gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for question 2?
Question 2.
I want to know, how long does the battery last? I'm not like an Apple Watch or Samsung Watch person, so I'm not crazy about having to charge things.
Oh,
so
you're not going to be happy about this one then.
Okay, how long does the battery last?
Fully charged. If it depends on your experience, to be quite honest. If you go over to do all the Fab 50 statues and you are there to do the nighttime spectacular and do an icon, you must recharge that as soon as you get back to your room.
Okay, but it will last a full day.
It'll last a full day. I do believe it lasts. I think the best one I've got was just under 48 hours it lasted. But what I do want to point out on that chip is if you get to that 48-hour point, you forgot to recharge it overnight, there's something in the Magic Band, like just a regular battery or whatever, it still will work to open the doors for your hotel room. It'll still work to scan you in. It just won't do any of the extra light up stuff. It won't do haptic feedback, but you can still use it as a Magic Band.
Is there a battery life indicator on like the app to tell you how long your battery
Yes, there is.
Okay.
When you pull up the My Disney Experience, you go to the little hamburger, and there is a new section that calls for Magic Bands and more. You can just go to where it has your name, and then it will show you the Magic Band, the color, the exact one you have, and then it'll say if you've been connected or not, and then it'll say, like mine says full right now.
Okay.
So there is a actual battery indicator to tell you how far it goes. Soon as it gets down to like 75%, I do believe it says partial fill. And then once you go lower, it'll start telling you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My next question. How hard was it to connect your Magic Band to your app?
So this is really cool. I know some people are having issues out there, and you're looking at like trying to scan the back of the band. You're trying to do all this other stuff. It's very simple. All you need to do is when you buy one, you open it up. All you have to do is touch it to your phone.
Even
Literally.
Samsung?
Even
Samsung?
Samsung. Yes.
Okay.
You just touch it to your phone. It'll pop up and say, please open my app. You click yes, and it will pair itself to your phone. As long as you have Bluetooth enabled, it will do all that for you. All you need to do, touch it to your phone, and it brings it up.
Okay.
Pairs it. And then there is the first time you buy it, the first time you own it, you must update it. So as long as you're in a Wi-Fi or on cell service, the update will take about 4 minutes tops. And your Magic Band is 100% ready to use. It's that simple.
You probably want to charge the thing when you first get it too, don't you?
Look, most people are going to be in the park, Chip.
Okay.
We saw this yesterday or the day before. Most people bought it and wanted to use it right away. Whether it's through FOMA or whatever, but people were excited yesterday. It says Magic Band Plus. It's going to be the greatest day ever. And they got it and were like, it's not working. And people didn't understand, you need to enable it. You need to put it on your account. You need to do all this stuff. But all you had to do was touch it to your phone, and it would have done everything you needed to do so much quicker. And if you have been out there and you got to order one and it comes to your house, it's very easy to do. Just plug it in. It comes with a USB plug and a charger in the package for you to charge it. It doesn't take very long to get it to a full charge.
Okay. So that leads me to my next question. Do I need the app to use it?
So let's distinguish this one real quick.
Okay.
There's a My Disney Play app and there's My Disney Experience app.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need the My Disney Experience app to use the Magic Band? Yes. It needs to be paired to you. It needs to be linked to your account for you to do anything. Hotels, blah, 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 resorts, will go into the park. You need that with your My Disney Experience app.
Okay.
What you don't need for any of it, really, except for the Batu Bounty Hunters game, is the My Disney Play app. So you don't need to sit with your phone out and do anything if you do not want to. It's just an extra. It's an add-on. It's a fun addition to your day if you want to do the Fab 50 statues. If you don't want to do the statues and you do the Play app, the statues will still interact with your Magic Band.
Okay.
So it's not like everything works and goes through the Magic Band, like the them talking, any of that stuff.
So I could still walk by and wave at something and it will respond.
Yes, you absolutely could, because we've done that for the past 3 months.
Okay.
And it's been a blast. Like, it's so fun. And I think this is what I'm going to miss out on the most. when nobody else had it, I was able to walk by the statues, feel it vibrate to tell me I was connected, and then watch a wonderful family who is here on vacation not have any clue what the statue does. And in the background, you just wave at it and it goes off. And this family is taking pictures. And then all of a sudden, Mickey and Minnie are talking to them. And they're like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And you can see the smiles in their face and how happy they are. So I'm going to miss doing that to people. So yeah.
All right. Now, I did notice yesterday you were at the parks and you saw that they were for sale. I actually ordered one online. What is the cost of these things?
I do believe that they start at $34.99.
Okay.
And go up to $44.99 for opening day ones. This is not to say that they're not going to put out a special Dooney and Burke one that's going to be $150 in a month from now. But for right now, they are $34.99 for the plain ones. And this is all pre-discount, Chip. So $34.99, $44.99 for the ones with the faces and the colors and all this other stuff.
Okay, so the ones I bought online, the solid color was $24.99, and then the graphic one was $34.99. So it looks like they're doing a $10 discount if you buy it through the Disney World website. Like if you have a hotel reservation,
right?
Or an annual pass holder.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, I know a lot of people who did that yesterday. They're like, oh, I have a stay coming up. I can buy this now and it's cheaper. So in the parks, I do believe there's also an annual pass holder discount off the $34.99 and $44.99 one.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get a discount. Look, Chip, what did a Magicband cost us in the parks before? $29.99 was the cheapest, and that was the regular price for almost any one. They obviously went up from there depending on the exclusivity of it.
Yeah.
So in reality, you're only paying $5 more for all these extras.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad price. People are, it's just Disney wanting to rape us for more money. No, it's not. It's only $5 more and you can still buy old ones if you're not happy doing this whole experience. Or if you're tied to your phone, then yeah, you don't need to do all this. This is just for people who would like a little bit of extra magic. They don't mind spending the $5 more. I didn't mind when we got ours, they were $29.99 and then we got a discount on them, which made it a whole lot better. And so, yeah, it's only $5 more, man.
So I guess that leads me to my next question. What's the difference between this and a regular Magicband?
That is a good question. Well,
I know you get all the extras that you've talked about.
Right. You get all those extras. You get that's what you're getting. When you have a regular Magicband on, you can't wave at the statues. You can't do the Batu Bounty Hunters. It's not that it's limiting you from doing anything. Those are just older technology. They're not built to do what it's trying to do. You can obviously open your doors, pay for things. Photo Pass is all the same. So you're just paying for this to light up during Harmonious or during the Beacons of Magic. You're joining in with the crowd on the fireworks, Disney Fab 50 Quest, and the Batu Bounty Hunters Guild. And more to come is what we've heard from Disney. They've said that this isn't just what's going to happen. There will be more things.
So with this...
Oh, and they're supposed to... The real thing was they're supposed to work between parks.
What do you mean?
They're supposed to work at Disneyland and Disney World.
Oh, okay.
That's important to some people.
Yeah. So with like all the different games and everything else, does it have like replayability?
Good. That's the question I was dreading. I'm a local, Chip, so I'm going to give you the locals answer, and then I'm going to give you the people who come here for vacation answer, because there's two different answers on this.
Okay.
If you are a local, the Batu Bounty Hunter game, I can see getting old for people who do not understand what video games are like nowadays. I don't know if there's an end boss or what, but it's fun to do while you're over there and feel like you're part of being in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Do you think Chapek was the end boss?
Wow. Bravo. Did not even think of that. Thank you, sir. That was the joke of the day. I wish you had a brum. Wow, that was brilliant.
Way to have it.
Oh man. Oh man, we're gonna get in so much trouble. So great, man. Okay. Replayability. For locals, it's very, very low replayability. Going in, making the statues talk is fun. Once you do the Disney Fab 50 quest one time, you're done. You've done it. You can reset it and do them all again, but it's the same exact experience. So there's no replayability. What the replayability is walking around and making the statues talk and waving at them. Batu Bounty Hunter, I think that's going to get old really, really quick for those of us that live here. What are locals going to get out of this? Anything? I think they're going to get out the lights for the beacons, and maybe the fireworks are going to get better. And then maybe they add something new. But that's all it's worth. If you are coming here for vacation and you have spent your 2 years saving up to have this magical vacation, and you're here for 10 days and you are going to hit every single park and you're going to be over at Galaxy's Edge a few times, this is a must do. This will add to for $5 more. You can add an extra to your whole vacation and enjoy it. You can do the Fab 50 quest because you're going to be at every single park. So you're going to complete that. You can go to Batu, and since you're going there for multiple days, you go early, you do a few quests, go off, do some rides, come back, do some quests. It just adds to what Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a wonderful, beautiful place to escape reality and have a great time. So if you're coming here, this adds on to your vacation and your magical time here at Disney World. If you live here, there's no replayability whatsoever. There's no reason to own it. So there you go.
Unless they start doing some new stuff, I'd imagine.
Right. And I think they're going to... Look, you can add this to a ride and have it vibrate while you're going on the ride, or do things and interact with different components. It'd be great if they had a character meet and greet checklist somehow. Like, oh, I just met Merida. Oh, it vibrated and told me I met Merida. And you get a whole checklist of characters that you can go like, oh, yeah, I did get to meet Peter Pan when he was out there. Or hard to find characters like, oh, Marie came out from the Aristocrats. Like, oh, wow, I got that one. And I don't know how they can do it, but I think it's like somehow is if a cast member is wearing a Bluetooth band or something, some way of interacting with characters, I think would be the coolest thing ever for me. I think going to dinner, it would be really nice if it could interact with while you're having dinner. Not saying Victoria and Albert's kind of thing, but at your normal walk-in eat place. So yeah, there's so much more that you could do. It could do checklist of doing World Showcase and going to different countries. They can incorporate KidCot with it. So there's a whole lot of expansion that they can do with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that answers all my questions.
Okay. Well, then let's hear from Sarah or about Sarah before we get to our overall experience and we tell you if you should buy this, which I think you already know the answer.
All right.
Hey guys, DizLife Mark here, and I want to tell you all about the official travel partner here at Chip & Company. Let our good friend Sarah at Destination to Travel help you plan your next Disney vacation. Sarah specializes in planning dream vacations for your family. She's an authorized Disney vacation planner, and she can help with every step of your magical vacation. The best thing is that her services are 100% free. Want to travel beyond Disney? Sarah has you covered there too. Want to find out more? Fill out a trip request form over at the website at Chip & Co. or email her directly at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com. What are you waiting for? Start planning that dream vacation today. Email her at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com.
What are you waiting for? I love that, man. I don't know. It sits there in my dreams at night. What are you waiting for? All right. So, Chip, I'm going to give you the overall experience, whether it's worth it, whether it's not worth it, who it's worth it for, and why was there such a crowd at Disney Springs yesterday to buy these. Did you see those lines?
That was crazy.
I have never seen a line like this. Like, not only did they have a line for it, but there was no lines at like Hollywood Studios had very little line. You could go to the resorts, no line whatsoever. You could go almost anywhere else and there was no line. Everybody was just like, you know what I'm doing? Forget no lines. I want to go stand in a line at Disney Springs. Is it hot? Let's go do it. The line was ridiculous. I've never seen a line like that at Disney Springs in my life.
Wonder how many personal shoppers were in there.
All of them. Everyone that's here at Disney, all of them. 100%. We know them. They were all there. Oh, it was disgusting. Not personal shopper. I'm sorry. Personal shoppers are fine because they're like, some people are not here to get it. I understand that. It's the resellers that piss me off.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant. Resellers.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all there. Yeah. They were all there. You can find them on eBay now for $5,000 because they're, anyway.
Oh, nice.
Overall experience. Look, Chip, we've had this for 3 months. We've watched them develop this. We've watched it get better over the time. We personally, yesterday when it was released, or the day before, whatever day it was, the 27th, when it was released, personally, we had a great experience with it. We were already connected. We understood how to do that. We had read the directions. We were able to get over and do the statues. They interacted perfectly. Everything checked off. We got the AR. Everything worked perfectly for us. We went over to the Batu Bounty Hunters in Galaxy's Edge. Everything worked perfectly for us. It took an extra 40 seconds for the first bounty for it to connect to your Magicband. They had a lot of the higher ups from the Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, because we know a few people we've seen people at media events and talked to them. They were all there to help out people. We had no adverse effects. Nothing went wrong. Everything just worked for us. So my overall experience yesterday, Chip, was magical. I thought this added to something to Disney. I was really looking forward to this. It exceeded my expectations of how fun it was going to be. I also played MMOs and had a fun time doing that. We had a great time. We are going to record Spaceship Earth again tonight, but again, those worked perfectly for us. I know some people who did not have it work perfectly for them, but for us, I'm talking about our experience. It was magical. It was wonderful. I'm so glad that Disney added something small like this. And this is only a small change, but it changes your experience at Walt Disney World Resort. Like one little change like this literally will upgrade your experience for your whole park stay.
Figuratively.
Figuratively. It's amazing. I think it's really, really cool. But again,
you literally use that word literally too much.
I literally need to stop using literally, even though I was literal about all of that. I enjoy it, Chip. I had a good time with it. I've had a great time for the last 3 months playing with it. And again, watching them get better. The Fab 50 statues, walking by, making them waving at them, connecting to them, all cool. You're going to get bored of it pretty quickly. It's not something that is going to stick around and be like, oh my God, this is the greatest change ever. But it's a good change for the future of Disney World as a whole. I love it. I think it's great. I think what's going to be the downfall of this is people. I think people are not going to take the time to learn how it works for the next few weeks. I think you're going to see a lot of people just sitting there waving at the statues like idiots instead of realizing you can just do one small move and it'll work. People are not going to accept that they may have a problem with one or two things because, oh my God, Disney is ruining the magic. And then you're going to get people who think they're just greedy and are like, well, trash talk this the whole time. Yeah, go ahead.
I will say one thing. People don't realize that the batteries in their existing Magicbands don't last forever. So I've got like a trash can, not really a trash can, but it's a trash can full of Magicbands. Like I decorated a Christmas tree with it. And some of those old ones, they do not work anymore because the battery's dead. So You're going to have to eventually get new Magicbands. Right.
And they still have the Magicband 2.0 for sale. So it's not like they've gotten rid of anything. They're still selling them. I think that's
Yeah.
great. It gives people an option. I love it. But again, living down here, I don't think it was worth those lines. I don't think it's anything that's going to change our daily lives here at the park. We will be doing a video to show people how to connect and how easy it really is. That way people understand it, and we'll help people out doing that. If anything new ever comes out, we will make sure people know. For now, enjoy it. Enjoy seeing 20 or 30,000 people in front of you on Main Street, all with their wrists in the air or pumping it up. And you see all these extra bands lighting up in sync, and the color looks like a wave. I just think that's going to look so cool if people do it properly.
I think who's going to flip out more about these magic bands are going to be people in Disneyland, because they've not had any kind of magic bands whatsoever out there.
It's going to be great for them. And you can see that they're installing the stuff now. It's going to be ready soon, hopefully. Yeah. So look, at the end of the day, we're here to tell you about Disney and whether we like something or not, or if Disney's doing a good thing. This is going to be a good thing for Disney overall. It's going to add to your experience. There's no reason to trash it, because literally it's up to you. If you want to join in on the fun, join in. If you don't have to do this. So there it is. And as always, Chip, that is our review of Magicband Plus. Any last thoughts on it?
Extra.
Yeah, you're coming down here in a few months, so you get to experience it for yourself, and then we can revisit this in a few months and see if this was all worth it.
Yeah, not soon enough, actually.
Yeah, and too bad, because we're going out to Disneyland soon, and they won't be ready. Not only that, but then they're getting rid of Main Street. Yeah, I'm done. I'm going to start yelling about something. You know what they need to do? They need to bring kite tails back. And on that note, as always, Chip, thank you so much. You can get us at chipandcompany.com on Facebook. Please go read the articles. Also, please go to our YouTube. We have videos up for the past few months, and then we just did a great Fab 50 video of doing all the Magic Kingdom statues and how it works with the My Play experience. We also did a Batu Bounty Hunter. We just did a few quests.
That was a good one.
So, yeah, I loved it. I had a great time with it. We're going to go record Spaceship Earth tonight. I can't wait to get over and watch Harmonious. But until then, Chip, as always, my friend, I hope you have an amazing day, and you get the last word.
Thanks, Greg.